Muslim is a person who embraces Islam by saying kalima tayyaba and with a devoted belief that Allah is one, there's no God except Him, and Prophet Muhammad is his last messenger. The believer is the one who has knowledge of faith that invades deeply into his mind, heart, and soul. Being a Muslim or true believer, one has to live his life according to the teachings of the Quran and the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet (Pbuh). Allah Almighty mentioned the attributes of those who deserve to be called true believers in the Quran in these words: the believers are only those who, when Allah is mentioned, their hearts become fearful, and when His verses are recited to them, it increases them in faith, and upon their Lord they rely. The ones who establish prayer, and from what we have provided them, they spend. Those are the believers, truly. For them are degrees of high position with their Lord and forgiveness and noble provision. Quran 8-2-4. Qualities of true believer in the Holy Quran below mentioned are some of the qualities of true believers that we should all strive for adopting in our lives if we call ourselves Muslims. Apart from having complete faith in only one Lord, a true believer should always remember Allah SWT. Allah Almighty stated in the Noble Quran, those who have believed and whose hearts are assured by the remembrance of Allah. Unquestionably, by the remembrance of Allah, hearts are assured. Quran 13:28. A true believer always seeks help from Allah SWT, and never bows down in front of anyone else for seeking assistance and mercy. The believer is he who stands before Allah in absolute sincerity and without any feeling of vanity. Allah Almighty says in the Quran that true believers are those who are humble in their prayers. One of the foremost attributes is adopting the truth and is expected as a must-do act for every Muslim or true believer. In the Holy Quran, Allah Almighty said, "O you, who have believed, fear Allah and be with those who are true." Quran 9-119. True believers abstain from shirk. They know that Almighty Allah will not forgive those who commit this sinful act. One of the finest qualities of a true believer is living a simple life. Allah SWT mentioned in the Holy Quran, "And do not turn your cheek in contempt toward people and do not walk through the earth exultantly." Indeed, Allah does not like everyone self-deluded and boastful. Quran 31-18. A true believer should be kind to others, forgive and forget their mistakes, as revenge is a harmful force, which only promotes negativity, while absolving their faults promotes goodness and an increase in its status near Allah. Holy Prophet (Pbuh) said in one of his hadith, "Wealth does not decrease because of charity, and Allah increases his slave in honor when he forgives others. And no one humbles himself before Allah, but Allah will raise him in status." Muslim, a true believer never skips his prayer and strictly guards obligatory prayers with optional prayers. In the Holy Quran, Allah Almighty says, "Verily, the prayer is enjoined on the believers at fixed hours." Quran 4-103. Male and female believers are able to guard themselves against committing forbidden acts through Allah's constituting marriage as the lawful way for people to live together and be near families. One should adopt the above described qualities of believers to actually become a true believer in the sight of Allah Almighty.